given the mention in the Bible about the mark of the beast being on the palm, and given the history of palm reading as a whole, it made me think in terms of when we were doing palm reading hundreds of years ago, and we would say things like, your lifeline is so long, and this means that you're going to be rich, or this means you're very creative. Were we possibly accessing a future database where all of those palms were read, and we actually started to recognize that there were similarities between the lines, that it was actually information from some other time period that we were accessing, and that's what gave us our intuitive understanding that this is a lifeline and this is what it means? Because somewhere in the future there's a database of thousands and thousands of people who all share that, and they all lived a certain time.
That is a fantastic question, and we could probably spend an entire episode talking about that. But yeah, I'm going to look into that because I did not realize that was a thing, and definitely down to chat about it soon. I don't know. I know we got a couple guests coming up, but maybe within the month we'll get to that for sure.
Or somebody could recommend it for a community topics episode. If you want to vote, just suggest it on our Discord and we'll bring it up.
There you go. Maybe next week's community topics, please recommend that, because I would like to talk about it, and I can't recommend topics for our own episodes because they come down to you on Patreon and Discord. But yeah, I am couldn't be more excited for everything that's going on. Just want to reiterate how appreciative I am of you, the listener, and just reinforce to you that you are as much a part of Dualistic Unity. You are as much Dualistic Unity itself as me or Ray or anyone that will ever listen to this in the hundreds of years to come. But yeah, as much as I made the joke before about wondering if we even had listeners, I am very appreciative for all of you who take the time to not only listen, but to take it with you throughout your day, to question, to make ripples, to have a conversation with someone, and maybe ask them a couple questions that you wouldn't usually ask them. Make them think for a moment, because the ripples that we make echo in eternity, and we don't fully recognize even the close to the degree of impact that we have in every single moment that we experience, whether it's a smile to someone on the street, a conversation, a hello, introducing someone to a cool podcast that you've really been enjoying. You never know what the impact is actually going to be. So being there for the experience, doing it for you, filling up your cup, allowing it to overflow, and seeing all the ripples that actually makes is all it ever comes down to.